So I think we all know there's something more that meets the eye in the Jay Slater case, and have been trying to fill in the blanks since we first heard about this story. I mean, why did Jay go to this remote B&B? Who were these two men that invited him back there? And why did Jay leave scared and go in the opposite direction into a dangerous ravine that ultimately costed him his life, when he could have just as easily rang a friend to pick him up? It looks like Jay's own mother is now starting to ask these questions Cybersleuths have been wondering since we first heard about the official timeline. And now, new information has since come out that adds more questions than it answers, including a brand new audio leak of the last recording ever of Jay, which some suggest point to an even deeper cover-up. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell. So first things first, the searcher who found Jay Slater's body and contacted Tenerife police 2 days before it was announced Jay was found by the British press has spoken out and leaves many cybersleuths scratching their heads, because just listen to this one.
Anyone who's creating content and doing it for the motive of wanting to keep a story going, they want to not look at the facts. Just imagine if it was your kid. That's all I say. Just whatever you're doing, do it responsibly. But just imagine if it was your kid. Some things are just better left unknown.
Some things are better just left unknown. Doesn't that sound like to you he's trying to prevent us from asking further questions? And I mean, if it were my kid, I would be asking all of these questions and more, seeking justice for my child. But he writes here that he's signing off on the Jay Slater case. And then a person in the comments asks a very important question that everybody's trying to figure out right now about this case. He goes, stop talking about it out of respect for the family. But then Jay Slater's mom, Debbie, came out and asked all the same questions we were all asking for weeks in her exclusive Sun News interview. Chris then followed up his last video, which said he wouldn't ever talk about the case ever again by, spoilers, making another video about the case, which obviously directly contradicted himself and what he just said.
When there was a call for volunteers to go up and help, I had already done research and I knew at some point there was going to be a call for volunteers. I went up as a volunteer to try to help.
Some cybersleuths have even gone as far as to say that Chris might actually be working with Tenerife authorities who, as we've learned, work with the criminal underworld to help cover up what really happened to Jay. I mean, trying to get people to stop asking these important questions and uncovering the truth about what really happened. Cybersleuths believe Chris might be friends with one of the last people to ever see Jay alive, convicted substance dealer Ayub Kasim. Chris commented on Ayub's TikTok and said YouTubers who are still seeking the truth about Jay are spreading quote-unquote lies and conspiracies. But Jay's mother is asking those same questions we were. I mean, why would Jay go up to the remote Mascot Mountains to party only for all of them to go to bed? Why wouldn't Jay charge his phone? As Debbie said, he never leaves his phone to drain to empty battery. The official story was that there was no chargers where Jay was sleeping, but the pictures of the B&B actually showed that there was chargers all over the room. So what really happened there? I mean, why wouldn't his friends just go pick him up? If he was calling all his friends, why wouldn't they just be like, hey, let me just go get you? Debbie is just as confused by the evidence as we are, and what's real or not, which we are still trying to figure out. Debbie confirmed one of Jay's final Snapchats was of him, and it came from Jay's phone. I mean, this Snapchat was sent from Jay's device to a group of friends, but she's not even sure if he's quote unquote conscious in it. And many cybersleuths have been saying this for months, alleging that Jay was taken to his final location against his will, and the final photos of him were staged to show proof of life. It was revealed these past couple days that Jay left the rave at 4 in the morning, then left with the two men at 6 a.m. That is a full 2 hours in the timeline that is unaccounted for, and we don't have that information about what happened during that time. I mean, a good detective would find out what Jay was doing in those 2 hours, and if that footage from the night Jay disappeared that sounded like Lucy screaming about what happened to Jay is real or not. Was Jay unalived at this point, and they staged this huge cover up by faking all these Snapchats to build like this narrative that was eventually covered up by the searcher and his friends? Cybersleuths have found yet another contradictory statement of Lucy. So Lucy told Sky News she had left the rave early because she was tired.
I'd gone home from the NRG festival a little bit earlier than everybody else because I was tired. So I'd gone home alone back to my apartment.
But you will find this a lot in Jay Friends' statement. They're always contradicting themselves, sometimes in the exact same interview, which is why me and other influencers are asking for a proper investigation by British police and justice for Jay. Because Lucy had told Mail Online Jay had told her he was going with them, and she urged him to get back to their room at Paloma Beach Hotel, but he refused and insisted he was going off with them. So again, how is it that she went home early to sleep, but then she is able to tell Jay to not go to the B&B back with these two strange men at 6 in the morning? The article goes on to say, little is known about these two men, but they were described by Lucy as black and British. Lucy is pretending she doesn't know Ayub, but then we have Ayub coming out on TikTok Live saying that they do know each other. She's just pretending like she didn't know who this convicted substance dealer was, even though there's that picture of allegedly her with Ayub, and she's identified by the mole on her back as being the female in this photo. And just going back to this quotation here, and Mail Online has spoken to the owner of a bar next door to the property who said she heard people in the house at 6 in the morning. The owner of the bar said they heard people inside the B&B at 6 in the morning. But according to Ayub and private investigator Mark Williams Thomas, Ayub and Jay left the strip at 6 a.m. and traveled 23 miles north to arrive at their B&B at 6:30 a.m. So who was in the B&B a full half hour before they even got there? There's speculation right now by Cybersleuths that Jay's past might have caught up with him. And what happened to Jay may be the result of his 2021 machete attack, where the target of it was a man by the name of Tom Hilton. So you can see the target that Jay and his group of friends were after right here. And it's been alleged by Cybersleuths Lucy is friends with Tom Hilton, as confirmed by her old Facebook account, where you can see that there is our friend Tom. So in her new Facebook account, he has actually been deleted as her friend, which speaks towards maybe they're trying to hide that they know each other. So Cybersleuths have enhanced this video footage of Jay losing his bag that night of his disappearance.
That is a massive scar on the back of this guy's head. The person I believe this to be, ladies and gentlemen, and the only person this could be, is Tom Hilton.
Coupled with the screenshots Lucy posted on the Isle of Tenerife Facebook page that showed a battery that is fully charged and has full Wi-Fi signals. And then in a later screenshot she posted, there is a green dot near the location Jay disappeared at. It's starting to look like Jay didn't send these screenshots to Lucy because according to her, his phone was at 1% and this battery is charging. And judging by the green dot right here, it looks like someone was right there when Jay sent his final location at 1:50 in the morning. So the official story says that his phone last pinged at 8:50 in the morning, but this is a full 7 hours before his phone last pinged. Someone was out there with him, and it looks as though like maybe they were staging the cover up by planting his phone. I mean, that's just speculation, But these screenshots really make you wonder what happened to Jay. Jay's alleged aunt says his phone was wiped clean of all evidence. I mean, there was no photos of his vacation even on his phone. And then some reports have also said that Jay's clothes were placed near his body. Now we got a hold of newly released evidence in the Jay Slater case, which includes alleged audio of the car ride back to the remote B&B with Abe, Rocky, and Jay. I am unable to confirm the validity, but just listen to this.
So this audio I'm going to show you now is of Jay Slater and Ayub Qasim in the car on the way to the Airbnb with Rocky asleep in the back, and Ayub and Jay can be heard joking around.
2 bottles there. Headshot. He looks like someone done it.
So now people are calling this alleged audio from Abe Qasim just another attempt at a cover-up, because if you listen to it again, there are no car noises in the background. So let's just play it again.
2 bottles there. Headshot. He looks like someone done it.
So according to Abe, they're making fun of Rocky falling asleep in the backseat of his car. But to me, that doesn't sound like a Lancashire accent. It sounds more Scottish. And to me, I think this is yet another example of Jay's friends attempting to prove that Jay was alive in the car. But many feel that something happened in the hours of 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. What do you guys think of this new audio and new developments? Is there a massive cover-up going on? Should Debbie continue to seek answers from Jay's friends? Because as I pointed out, there are just so many holes in their stories. And sometimes I get really consumed with pointing them all out because there are just so many. There's so many contradictions by his friends. And that's a good indicator of them lying. And I think they all need to take lie detector tests. What do you guys think? Oh, and just one more thing. I want to give a shout out to Carolyn Bell and Spirit FM DJ Cyclone for joining my membership program. I mean, I set this up. I don't expect anybody to join, but thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Sound off in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting my face right above Miss Gabby, who it's way too hot for her to be up in my attic right now because it's like 36 degrees Celsius. Anyway, guys, stay cool and have a great day. Bye. Love you. See ya.